Hello, my name is Frank Fortunato. This is a broadcast of CATEX TV coming from Princeton, New Jersey. Today it is Friday, July 1st, 2011. There will be no broadcast of CATEX TV on Monday. Monday is July 4th. It's Independence Day in the United States and it's a federal holiday. No broadcast on Monday. Before we get to the main reinsurance news, there have been a series of spectacular events that are worth noting. In the United States this morning, waking up, turning on the television, one learned that the case against the former head of the International Monetary Fund, Dominique Strauss-Kahn, is imploding. Quite possibly by about noon today, he'll be released in his own recognizance, and by the late afternoon, will be heading back to Paris. Apparently, the witness who accused Mr. Kahn of sexual peccadillos, if not outright attack, is having some veracity problems, which the prosecutors have decided is not going to allow them to continue the case at this time. What a disaster for them. Somebody's going to get fired. In Venezuela, Hugo Chavez has emerged. After spending several weeks in medical treatment in Cuba, Mr. Chavez announced that he has a malignant tumor, that he has cancer, but he has been successfully treated in Cuba and is going to carry on with his duties. No report as to what type of cancer it is. Meanwhile, in Los Alamos, New Mexico, the huge wildfire that has been threatening the facility where America manufactures its nuclear weapons is getting ever closer. What's happening is that the staff at the facility are carrying out lead-lined barrels of plutonium, and while the fire is encroaching upon the facility, burning up scrublands and trees on the facility's campus. It's not thought that any sort of nuclear hazard or disaster is going to result because they will have acted in time. As I said, interesting news. Now we'll get to our news. It's also interesting. It seems as if Omega in London, or as the British would call it, Omega, is standing alone at the dance. It has no more suitors. It seems that Delphi Financial, as well as the Lloyd's insurer Nove, have withdrawn their interest in the up-for-sale reinsurer. According to a well-placed source, Delphi walked away from talks with Omega earlier in June. Also, it was revealed by Nove in an announcement to the London Stock Exchange yesterday that they too have walked away. These departures, according to the Insurance Insider, add to the growing bemusement, that's their word, over the protracted nature of the Omega sales process. The Insurance Insider understands that a number of potential bidders, now listen to this is interesting, including Aquiline, that's one of the Greenbergs down in Bermuda, Aspen, W.R. Berkley, and Pretoria, Illinois-based RLI, have already approached Omega and then subsequently dropped their interest. Now, this is very interesting. Nevertheless, Omega, which underwrites at Lloyd's through Syndicates 958, is continuing to attract interest. The Insurance Insider reveals that Mark Byrne, one of the former founders of Flagstone, through his company Haverford, has entered takeover negotiations with Omega. Haverford had used Haverford, which is controlled by Byrne, was one of the vehicles through which Flagstone Re was owned substantially by Mr. Byrne. It's now being used as an effective bidco as he looks to build a new business. The Insider is reporting that Byrne has entered negotiations with Omega with a view to tabling a possible cash bid for the company. What a lot of activity over Omega, but unfortunately from Omega's perspective, it doesn't all seem good, if any of it in fact is. Delphi's withdrawal is likely to be a particular blow, as its all-share offer is understood to have been worth in the region of about 105 pence per share, which would have been a pretty good return for them. So we'll keep following that. Meanwhile, in Bermuda, Ren Re affiliate Da Vinci Re suffered about $153 million loss, net cat loss in the first quarter, turning in a combined ratio of 246%. That's not good. That's according to Moody's. Losses from Japan and New Zealand, as well as the Australian floods early in 2011, caused shareholders' equity to fall 25%. Re is part of Ren Re's strategic venture subsidiary. Montpelier Re has become the latest reinsurer to reveal the impact of second quarter U.S. cat losses. It said that it expects a pre-tax net loss from the weather events of $35 million, net of reinsurance and reinstatement premiums. They do not expect to take any losses from the June New Zealand earthquake. Flagstone down in Bermuda expects to book losses of $25 to $30 million net of retrocession and reinstatements from the severe weather activity that struck the U.S. in April and May. Flagstone added it will also take up to a $25 million hit in its second quarter financials as a result of deteriorating loss estimates in relation to the events that led to a record Q1 for cats, the New Zealand quake and the Japanese quake. The company's CEO David Brown highlighted the fact that at the halfway mark, 2011 is already, quote, one of the most unprecedented years for significant global catastrophes the industry has ever seen. The impact has put Flagstone into the sights of the ratings agencies, with AM Best placing it on negative outlook and Moody's putting the reinsurer under review. Guy Carpenter, the number 2 reinsurance broker, has said that if demand for industry loss warranties is sustained, then prices look set to reach an all-time high. Carpenter said that the chief market for ILWs was rated reinsurers that had reduced appetite for American cat risk following heavy losses in Asia Pacific. Carpenter pointed to a desire to lock in profits and the impact of risk modeler RMS's version 11 U.S. wind model as drivers of this demand. Carpenter also reported a strong demand for its county-weighted industry loss products, which allows reinsurers to purchase cover with an industry-wide trigger at a greater level of granularity. I would point out that CATEX possesses a system for border-owned program management which allows for granularity at the street-level address. And of course, in the United States this weekend, untold hundreds, if not thousands of people are going to be maimed or seriously injured, if not outrightly killed, by fireworks. We extend our condolences in advance to their families. That's all the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Again, no broadcast on Monday, Independence Day in the U.S. We will see you on Tuesday. Thank you for watching.